morning and welcome to my channel. Today is June 26th, 2020, all right? If you're new to the channel, I make a incredible number of videos about HUD housing, low-income housing, wraparound services. If you have disabilities, mental disabilities, drug problems, whatever it may be, that's all related to those type of videos, that's what I make them about. And the reason why you want to hang around in this channel is because I don't just pop in for one or two videos where I give you some bullshit tips or advice, okay? I actually provide you with real operational manuals for HUD and their employees, which means everything these guys know when they score you, rank you, and put you on a waiting list, you get to see the same exact manuals they train with, okay? You're not going to get it any better than that, and as far as I know, nobody else has that kind of information or could provide it in an accurate way, okay? Moving on, we got a lot to talk about today. First of all, we need to spice things up a little bit. We need some scandals, and charities are always a good target of scandals because they always start with a good intent, and an incredible number of them end up in the hands of people that don't have the same vision as the people that originally created them. And when that happens, people donate and have all their money wasted. Okay, so you line the pockets of the people that are in the office that are running this shit show, basically. I had a recommendation this morning about Goodwill, and I got to tell you, it's been at the top of my list. That company has had a long history, and they've done a lot of things right, and they've done a lot of things wrong. But the main thing is the direction that Goodwill has gone in the last 20 years, let's say, compared to its very long 100-year history, or however long it is, has really changed. Okay, so moving on from that, look, unemployment's high. It's inevitable that a lot of people are going to be homeless. I mean, that's just the reality. There are people that are, eviction starts are already starting, and they're going to continue to move all the way into February. And I expect there are a lot of people that are going to be in the shock and awe campaign of having to start off at a shelter. Okay, look, I was out on the streets 10 years. I crossed, let me tell you something, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Memphis, Tennessee, Mississippi, Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, Chicago. Okay, so 7 cities, 20 states. There's not many people know it as well as I do, okay? And I can actually name every single shelter, and I can tell you about it inside and out. I worked through all of those systems. I know it. And one thing that's very common thing about all shelters are they do actually operate very much the same. In fact, a lot of them scout each other to figure out how to do their shelters even better or sometimes even worse. But the purpose of the video would be to give you so you understand what to do, what not to do, what to expect. And I want to help you just kind of dispel some rumors that TV and the news like to scare people with when it comes to shelters, okay? It's not all incredibly bad, all right? So I'll walk you through all the different steps if you end up having to reach that point, okay? And let me tell you, there are a lot of steps you can take before you ever get to a shelter, okay? When you're running out of money and you're sitting in that hotel, all right? Now, moving on from that, another request I have is about disabilities. Look, I get a lot of requests about that. The one thing I want to focus on today is going to be developmental disabilities. We got a lot of parents out here with kids and teens and children that have severe learning disabilities. They may have autism, they may have Asperger's, and a number of different issues, and there's so little information out there. I've compiled all the information along with my experience with it. Let me tell you something else, okay? Growing up, my dad was a paraplegic, and for those of you who don't understand what that is, it means that he didn't have use of his legs and barely had use of his arms. Basically, it's just his hands. Okay, so I know firsthand all the things that people go through, when dealing with society, out there and having that disability or being with somebody that has a disability. I know the disadvantages and how people with disabilities are dealt with. So, my dad was a big advocate. He worked for 20 years for the State Department with barely usable hands and managed to still go and get a college degree and a wheelchair and operate from the State Department probably for close to 20, 30 years, okay? And so he taught me a lot about, state and federal laws and different things. But anyways, the goal of that video will be to cover everything that is actionable for HUD, for a COC, how you can apply, what you need to do to prove, to prove what you need to prove for your children and your young ones, or if you have a learning disability yourself, okay? And I don't mean a learning disability as an ADDH. I mean a serious developmental issue, okay? So we're going to cover that. Here's the topic that I've been wanting to address and a problem we've been having occasionally on this channel. Let me tell you something, folks. If you are a racist, a bigot, prejudiced, you got a problem with people with disabilities, single mothers, stuff like that, I don't want you on my channel, okay? And I'm having a big problem with middle-aged men coming over here and making these comments, and I'm telling you right now, I will click on your profile and block your ass from being on my channel. If your parents raised you like a dog or an animal and you don't understand the concept of humanity, don't come to my channel. Let me tell you something else. A lot of you guys making in these comments that come on my channel, the only way you could have possibly found me is if you were out here looking for resources yourself, okay? Nobody just types in HUD out of boredom, okay? So that tells me that your lousy ass is out here and you need resources. Then you have the nerve to get on my channel and say some stuff like that. You know, I grew up in South Louisiana. I moved away from there, and I probably was not raised by the best of parents when it came to that. Well, I'm not saying my dad, but let me tell you something. I learned to be a better human, you know. And look, if you're gonna operate that way and then hop on my channel, you're not gonna spew that garbage here. So I'm telling you right now, do not pull that shit on my channel. Now, with that being said, let's move on a lighter note. We have a few other videos that are coming up tomorrow, and I want to let you guys know, like I said, that we do have that email there if you do have questions. And if you've got requests, you're struggling with a particular topic on how to deal with a HUD or a COC, ask me, and then I might be able to make a video for you. If I think it's something that's going to be a popular issue that would help everybody. If you have advice that you want to give, that you believe that other people can help, that's fine. If you're going to get on the channel and everything that you have to say is going to be negative, I'd rather you didn't comment. I understand we have struggles, and it's okay to share a struggle, but it's not okay to discourage everybody else, okay? I know that there are people that suffer mental illness, but this is not the place to make other people crazy, okay? So I just need people to come here and get the advice. It's free. Look, there are people on YouTube that will charge you for tips and advice. Okay, they got a guy on there right now that's charging $5 or $10 for complete garbage. I mean, he doesn't even have manuals. I don't know exactly what it is he thinks he's got a big secret to. Okay, and then you have other people that they're in it for ad revenue. Every time you click, you make a few pennies. That's all they want to do. Look, I'm out here to help you. I've been out there. My heart goes out to these people, and I understand because I've been out there and I've been in that situation already. Okay, so with all those things, we're going to move on this morning, and let me just check the time real quick. It looks like we're at about 8 minutes. So yeah, if you do have those recommendations for other videos, I'm definitely looking for that. And tomorrow we're going to be addressing a few more things, including just general disabilities, and I'm going to cover a few more topics about different housing options that would put you. So let's just say that you're on the way of becoming homeless, so you're in your own home. You've got at least 4 different things you could do to drastically reduce the amount of costs, which means there are several in-between housing options before you just total out and have to go to a shelter, okay? There are several options you can take that are much cheaper. You guys that are hopping in hotels, you're burning through your resources at a lightning speed, okay? And when you do that and you hop into a hotel and you're paying $100 a day or $80 a day, there are several things you could be doing. You could extend your ability to survive on your own temporarily while you're trying to fix your money or employment situation. I'm telling you guys, these hotel things is just bad news because you're going to burn it all up. So I want to go over those resources, and I'm probably going to do it tomorrow because today's a busy day. We've got 4 videos, one of them now and then 3 more. So scandals will be out at noon. The reality of homelessness will be 3, and developmental disabilities will be at 6. And I think that just about covers most of what we're going to be talking about. One more thing before I go. Hard fucking time. Okay, so this is that one more thing. I had to change screens real quick. Let's take a look. So the web address to get all the information you're looking for is, as you can see, is the blue link up here. You can just use www.housing.weebly.com, okay? You should be able to see this gigantic link even on the phone, all right? Let's take a look at the website real quick. If you want to get a head start on the HUD and disabilities, I'm going to go ahead and click on that link in my page. It's an extensive amount of information. Look, this is not the end all or be all of the information. There's a lot of things I still need to tell you. This is just all the information that they write down very robotically. Remember, you have lawmakers and senators and all that craft all this, and they're long-winded, just like me sometimes. So, they have to make rules about every little shitty thing, as I said in another video. But yeah, the other thing I want to show you is, look, guys, here are the HUD manuals. Click all the links. This is what they train their people to do: to read all these manuals and then be able to give you those tests for the waiting list and all that. COC manuals, real low income, and then state by state. You just pick your state, go through it. These are the actual manuals they use to score you, put you on the list. We talk about home ownership, energy assistance, the housing choice voucher manual I just rolled out yesterday. Here's all your links. The last three that have not been updated. Okay, so HUD for the the HCV housing choice voucher. That I'm still waiting for the updates on that. Okay, so I think that should cover just about everything. I want to tell everybody that I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate all the times you guys like the videos, and I hope you keep coming back until you're able to get out there, get yourself into a home, and live a better life. My advice is always free. I do this because I want to do it. It's not because I, get a check for, some ad money on YouTube. I do it because I really, really want to help you folks. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.